Live from KSAT 12. The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
New video and a better look at the suspects in an unbelievable shooting targeting a family. Tonight, we are continuing to follow the investigation into this shooting in Northeast Bexar County that killed a 4-year-old girl and injured 3 others.
So just a few hours ago, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office released this new surveillance video. It shows the exact moment that 2 men fired dozens of rounds inside of a home.
Our Avery Everett joins us live outside of the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, where the sheriff released this new video and information.
So, Avery, we showed those 2 suspects in the video that we just showed, but the sheriff is now saying that more people could be involved?
Well, this is still a very active investigation. Right now, the sheriff did release a couple of photos screenshotted from neighborhood surveillance video showing 2 suspects. But at this point, Sheriff Salazar says there very well could be more people involved based on those videos. And I do want to show you those videos, but first I want to give you a warning that it might be hard to watch. So the Sheriff's Department did release this video in an effort to identify the people involved. The video comes from a neighbor's surveillance camera and shows men getting in a gray car after firing about 30 rounds. So let's talk about that gray car. It's believed to be an Infiniti Q50. It appears from that video that 2 suspects get out of the vehicle, one from the driver's seat and the other from what looks to be the back seat. So could there be more people in the car? Well, the sheriff just doesn't know yet, but he says he wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. We don't know much about those 2 suspects other than them being young adult males. The sheriff says they were shooting what they believe to be Dracos, a small AK-47 type weapon. He says multiple departments in his team are now working on this case.
I've got my organized crime group that is out here that they've put everything else on pause to go look for these folks, and they're working together. I got a lot of people on this assigned to this case, and they're not going to stop until we get somebody in handcuffs. I can promise you that.
I spoke to some people related to the 5 victims, and they're just absolutely devastated, especially after the death of that 4-year-old girl. They say they're heartbroken and searching for answers. And Sheriff Salazar, during that news conference, says, quote, those people absolutely intended to take lives last night. As we learn more about this case, we'll keep you updated on KSAT.com. Reporting live, I'm Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Avery, thank you. And as law enforcement tries to find those shooters, we're speaking with people from the area where this happened. One neighbor tells us that he is furious. He says the violence is just unacceptable.
Being around here doing, you ain't nothing but a coward, and you never get away with anything. People don't understand it. You don't get away with anything. There's DNA and everything.
If you know anything about this crime, you can call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. That number right there on your screen, 210-335-6000.
The Bexar County District Attorney's Office has been trying to tackle a backlog of more than 6,000 cases. Now, last fall, the office created a high-risk intake team to focus on cases involving violent crimes and repeat offenders. The DA's office plans to review that progress this month.
So we decided to also look into that. Erica Hernandez found 3 cases that fall under the intake team that have yet to be indicted, and one of them is a case that dates back decades.
In April 2023, Larry Allen West was arrested for the 1981 murder of Carol Joyce De Leon, a woman whose body was found along Interstate 35 in Comal County. In September 2023, Antonio Almaraz, a former Bexar County deputy, was charged for leaving his 2-month-old baby in a car unattended. Also in September 2023, Marcus Davila, a repeat offender, was arrested for allegedly having his large dog attack a man. All 3 cases more than 6 months old and still not indicted.
If an arrest has been made, the district attorney's office has 90 days to take the case on a felony case to the grand jury and present their evidence to the grand jury for an indictment. If someone is out on bond, they have a longer period of time.
All 3 defendants mentioned are out on bond, but Marissa Giovenco, a former assistant district attorney under DA Joe Gonzalez, who is now a criminal defense attorney, says the delay in the indictment all depends on the case itself.
I would say that some cases take so long just because there are so many cases and there's a limited number of prosecutors that they just don't have enough time to get to all their cases, and then some cases take more work than others.
In November last year, according to the district attorney's office, there was 6,330 cases pending indictment. That is when the high-risk intake team was created. We jump forward to February of this year. District Attorney Joe Gonzalez said they had cut that by 11%.
now may. This week, we're being told that has now been cut down to 22%, which is still shy of the goal Gonzalez had promised commissioners he would hit at the 6-month mark.
We can comfortably expect to be able to resolve 2,000 to 2,500 cases of the 6,000. So, I mean, we're talking about a third.
As for those 3 unindicted cases, the DA's office says it cannot comment on the specific cases, but each is still active and under investigation.
If a case remains unindicted, it really just is the statute of limitations that is going to be the biggest issue. If it's not indicted prior to that statute of limitations, then the case cannot be brought at all.
Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Now, the DA's office also pointed to the role of law enforcement in getting these cases indicted. They said, quote, "We depend on the investigating agencies who are our partners in law enforcement to provide us with the information and evidence necessary to bring a case to a grand jury and to trial," end quote.
A city council in revolt. Nearly half of the San Antonio City Council members want to force a meeting to possibly consider firing the city attorney, Andy Segovia.
They held a news conference this afternoon laying out why they're taking this step. Garrett Berger joins us live now from City Hall. So, Garrett, where is this coming from?
It all has to do with 5 council members: Melissa Cabello-Havrda, Terry Castillo, Jalen McKee Rodriguez, Marina Alderete Gavito, and Mark White. Now, they say it's a lack of transparency and inconsistent legal advice from the city attorney, Andy Segovia. But it was a request yesterday that really pushed all this off. Now, some council members have been eager to have conversations about the ongoing fire contract negotiations. But they say Segovia had told them those need to happen in executive session, which are not public. But when they tried to force such a conversation yesterday by all signing onto a memo, they say Segovia blocked it. And while the group says they're fine with a public conversation, they're upset about the city attorney seeming to go against council members' wishes. Now, they're demanding a meeting to discuss if he's fit for the job. But it's not up to council whether Andy Segovia keeps his spot as the top legal advisor for the city. It's up to the city manager, who says he was surprised to hear council members' request.
Ultimately, I make all those personnel decisions. And if a council member has a concern about an issue or a matter or any of those issues, then I want to hear firsthand from the council.
As for why Segovia barred the exec session meeting, he said in a statement, quote, "As city attorney, I have an ethical duty to maintain the confidentiality of our executive sessions. Based on information that was relayed to me, I have no confidence that what is said there with respect to the collective bargaining agreement, the city's second largest contract, will remain confidential." That's the city attorney all but accusing council members of leaking information. Now, it's not yet clear if the council members will get either of those meetings that they've asked for. Right now, we're waiting and watching the schedule. Live at City Hall, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Garrett, thank you for that. And now we're going to talk about your weather. All right, so we thought
we're gonna talk about weather.
Yeah,
well,
I don't know what that is.
That's a little glitch in my computer.
There you go.
There we go.
We're waiting on that cold front.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm looking there. It says 95 degrees. Where's this cold front we've been talking about?
It's off to the north. Yeah, ta-da! Here it is. Gotta love the computer glitches. Anyway, we're here. We're ready to roll, on this thermometer Thursday. Hondo's 100 degrees right now. 94 officially at the airport, down 1 degree from our high temperature. Bulverde at 93. Check out the heat out west, though. Del Rio, 108. Dry line crept into some of our western counties. Even Carrizo Springs, 104. Now the record, or the high today, was 109 in Del Rio, and that was a record by 3 degrees. But when you factor in the high humidity, especially around town, Bexar County and surrounding areas, it feels like it's over 100. Even feels like 110 in Cotulla and Laredo, feeling like 105 in Kennedy. Cold fronts to the north, 20% chance of a storm along it. We'll be down to 84 by 10 o'clock when that cool front arrives. North wind overnight tonight, and that will pull in some of this cooler air. A closer look at our temperature changes and how the mugginess is going to change in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Adam. Let's take a look outside right now with traffic. This is 410 at Blanco. You can see the westbound lanes pretty slow going there. Things moving along just fine in the lanes in the opposite direction, but just the 6 o'clock commute at play here at 410 in Blanco.
Yeah, not too bad considering the time. All right, now this is really nice. A bond strengthened by love and also labor in honor of Nurses Week. A mother and daughter are celebrating their partnership at Northeast Methodist in Live Oak.
I've been looking forward to this story today. Our Daniela Ibarra shows us their legacy of care.
Compassion and care is etched into the Espinosa's DNA and culture.
Our whole family is nurses, so I've seen it everywhere.
Kim basically grew up at Northeast Methodist.
Oh, well, this is my mom.
Her mom, Marlene, started working there in the 90s while pregnant with Kim.
Sometimes we have to meet with my husband in the parking lot to change caregivers.
Marlene says a San Antonio hospital courted her to come here from the Philippines.
It was not my plan to be here.
Because she's here, she was able to bring over our extended family.
Just like her mom's journey to the U.S., becoming a nurse wasn't Kim's dream. It was her destiny.
I learned really quickly, I'm meant to be a nurse. And I watched what my mom does. I've heard of her stories, and it just made me want to give compassionate care back to others, and so that really inspired me to come and join her.
The two worked the night shift together for nearly a decade.
It was such a great support to have her here, that as a mentor, not only as a mom, but a mentor.
Kim says she's one of the hospital's 2 Asian leaders on its nursing team.
It's nice to see fellow colleagues of the same nationality and race be represented.
It's a milestone that makes her mom proud.
As I've seen her grow, I feel like I made big difference in her life.
Although their careers are now on different paths, the Espinosas are glad to walk the halls that raised them together.
It means a lot. It means a lot.
Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
I love that.
Oh, I love that too.
Working together, for sure. Now, still ahead on the news at 6, the San Antonio Asian Festival, that is this weekend. It benefits the Asian Resource Center. After the break, why members with the festival say that this particular event is so key to passing down traditions and culture.
But first, let's take a look outside with live cam. This cool front. Oh, we've been waiting. Meteorologist Adam Caskey is going to talk about those changes we will see when that front arrives. Next. We have a lot of cultures to celebrate in San Antonio, and the Alamo City is actually home to around 45,000 people who identify as Asian.
So in order to identify Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, the community is hosting the San Antonio Asian Festival.
And tonight, Patty Santos tells us what it means for one woman to pass on that culture.
Alpha Adams. I'm from Taiwan.
Alva Adams has been practicing the martial art of Korea, Taekwondo, since she was 13 years old.
Taekwondo is art, and it's very important.
An art that focuses the mind, body, and self. It can also be competitive. This passion has taken her across 20 countries to compete and referee. Most recently, she won gold in a competition in Brazil. In 1988, she took bronze in the South Korea Summer Olympics. Now, she's passing on the techniques she's mastered.
I think it's very important not only pass on the Asian culture, but also pass on the arts so that we allow the youth group who are interested and have Olympic dreams that they want to be top athletes.
Adams has called San Antonio home for 30 years. She's the chair of the San Antonio Asian Festival and says it's a way for the Asian community to stay connected in their new homes.
It's very important that we don't lose our identities, and that's why the diversity and inclusion is very important for me and for many the groups that are involved. So to be able to have an Asian Resource Center here in San Antonio, and I think it's very important. And also make a statement: hey, San Antonio is very embraced of multicultural.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
So here's the info for the San Antonio Asian Festival this weekend. It's going to be Saturday from 11 to 6 at La Villita. Costs $15 per person to get in, but kids under 12, they get in for free. There are going to be cultural performances, of course, food, and all of it benefits the Asian Resource Center of San Antonio.
Before we get to the weekend, we have got this cool front we have been waiting so patiently to arrive, Adam.
Yeah, and it's not going to get cold, behind this cold front, but you will notice some changes, and we're going from, record challenging temperatures today to temperatures below average in the days ahead. So the weak cool front arrives later tonight. It's not going to be an immediate change. High temperatures will, however, drop to near 80 this weekend, and we do have a few rain chances to talk about. So let's get right to it. Starting with that temperature trend, and notice tomorrow 85, then by Saturday we're down to 81. By Sunday, we're at 79 degrees for the high temperature. Notice that average of 85, so we'll be running below average. But if you love the 90s, we're back there by Tuesday of next week, Tuesday at 93 degrees. So the changes are coming, a little bit of up and down, some dips and then jumps again. Look at the readings right now. Del Rio, 108. I mentioned earlier, Del Rio, a record high temperature today of 109. Hondo triple digits. Carrizo Springs, 104. Cotulla, 101. Laredo, 108. We're feeling the heat here, but look off to the north. That's where you see the cooler temperatures. Abilene down to 70. Lubbock at 79. 75 Amarillo. Even Dallas, some rain-cooled air at 69 degrees. And Oklahoma City now at 76. So there's that cooler air that will be pushing southward. The cooler below average temperatures headed our way. I mentioned the rain-cooled air because we do have the thunderstorms in and around this cold front. And even just ahead of it, there's a new severe thunderstorm watch that is just north of San Antonio. But you see the main action, Dallas toward Texarkana, Waco. Now in Lano, we've got a potential tornadic thunderstorm headed into Lano. That's far to the north of us. But from Blanco to Austin, we could have some of these severe thunderstorms over the next couple of hours. So something to watch very closely. Odds favor them staying just north and east of San Antonio, and then some remnants possibly hitting some of our eastern counties later on tonight. If in the rare event a storm pops up locally, it would quickly become strong to severe. There's just a 20% chance of that. So nothing for you to worry about, but have your notifications enabled on the KSAT Weather Authority app, and we'll keep you updated. Otherwise, the clouds fill back in tomorrow morning. Some breaks in the clouds periodically throughout the day, and then a few more showers or light thunderstorms popping up into the afternoon, mainly closer to the Rio Grande and in the hill country. We just have it at a 20% chance around here. Saturday, a 30% chance of some isolated activity, just light showers. By Sunday, we're up to 40%, slightly better odds there for some scattered activity developing, and maybe even a rogue strong storm, something we'll keep an eye on. Looking outside right now, 94 degrees. We're feeling that heat. Dew point is 73, makes it feel like it's 9 degrees warmer than the air temperature because of that very thick humidity that's in place. There is some drier air to the north of us. That drier air behind that front will eventually make it here. Dew points tomorrow morning will be back into the 60s, so still considered muggy, but not oppressive, that's for sure. And then as we progress through the day tomorrow, dew points continue to gradually fall off with that drier north and northeasterly wind, and actually feeling pleasant on Saturday with dew points potentially dipping down into the 50s for a while on Saturday. Temperature-wise, 72 in the morning tomorrow. By the afternoon, we're at 85, so 10 degrees cooler here. Del Rio is actually going to be 20 degrees cooler tomorrow compared to what we had today. Lackland 86, Timberwood Park 83, Castroville 87, and then as I mentioned, near 80 through this upcoming Mother's Day weekend with the best chances of rain and storms at 40% on Mother's Day, and we return back to the 90s early next week. The new drought monitor is in. I'll share that with you coming up at 6:45, along with all that haze in the air, what's causing it and how long it's going to stick around.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
So it's weird to go from this to talking about football.
It is never too early to talk football.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, why not?
Why not, right? So the Judson Rockets are holding spring football. It's a 5-week session, and this is where the Rockets start to figure out who their starters are going to be on varsity and junior varsity. Plus, in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark will make her home debut tonight. Coming up.
We've been doing spring football around Judson for a lot of years, so they know exactly what it's about. Their parents know what it's about, and it's our chance to get better now and kind of make decisions for the future.
Coach Soto and his Judson Rockets are going through spring ball as they ready for the upcoming season in big board sports. The Judson Football program is hungry to build on last season's 4-8 record, and the Rockets are using their 5-week spring training period to kickstart some new systems while gauging who will make the varsity roster. Mary Rominger and photog Mark Mendez visited this morning's practice at Rutledge Stadium. And Mary, it's never too early to start preparing for the football season.
It's the thankless part of the year, Larry. It's hot, in this case also muggy. No one's watching, but the grind doesn't stop.
It's super hot out here, but but it's still good to come out here because we're just thinking of the bigger picture. We're just very excited for the season to start soon, and it's going to come really fast.
This is what really counts for real. This right here, it's just the beginning. It's the start of a new and upcoming Judson Rockets.
We're working towards a district championship. That's what we talking about. Leadership council. That's what everybody's talking about. We want to be able to work our way up to district, and that's not our only goal. We want to be able to go to state.
Late spring is also the time of year Judson's college and pro alumni have a chance to come home and share words of encouragement to the team.
Miles Davis, who's at A&M, he came in the day before yesterday, and then on Tuesday, Rashad Wisdom stopped in at our banquet, and we were able to recognize him for going to Tampa Bay. I think he leaves today for Tampa Bay. So we're really excited. We're always out here practicing, and those guys know when we practice, and you'll always have an NFL guy or a college guy pop in.
I talked to Leah, I talked to Chris Pryor, I talked to all of them. They're all Judson legends, and I've talked to all of them. They all gave me good advice, everything like that, and I just want to keep it going and just keep the tradition going.
Now this group doesn't hit the field for game day for about another 5 months, but as you just heard, there's still plenty to work towards to get to the final product. Larry, back to you.
Thank you, Mary. And speaking of Rashad Wisdom, we caught up with him earlier this week, working out with Bebe McClinton before leaving this morning for Tampa and Buccaneers rookie minicamp. Now, a lot of rooks make the final 53-man roster because of their special teams play, and Shad is cool with that.
I don't have no problem with that at all. That's what I did that at UTSA while I was starting and stuff like that, and that's kind of what they ingrained in us at UTSA is that the starters are gonna play special teams, like whether you like it or not. So, you're gonna end up liking it eventually. Yeah. But I like special teams. I just like being on the field, being able to have the opportunity to make a play. I can go make an impact on special teams, and if that's how I make the team, that's how I make the team. But I have no problem doing that at all.
And we wish him the best. Turning to basketball, Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark will make her home debut tonight when the Fever host the Atlanta Dream in preseason action. And the game will go down at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, home of the NBA Indiana Pacers.
For me, I feel like I have pretty good experience in the noise and the pressure and whatever it is. Like there's kind of been that over the course of my career throughout Iowa. Sure, maybe it'll be different or it'll be super loud or whatever it is, but more than anything, I think it's just an exciting opportunity. So just embrace it and go about it like that more than feeling overwhelmed.
The Fever are expecting more than 10,000 in attendance tonight.
All right, Larry, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We get answers to your medical questions in Doc Talk up next.
So it's Thursday, and you know what that means? It's time for Doc Talk.
We take your medical questions and present them directly to local doctors. And joining us for this week's edition is Dr. Leo Lopez, Medical Director with University Health. Thanks for being here.
Happy to be back.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to some viewer questions. Our first one today is about thyroid fatigue. The question from this viewer: how do you fight thyroid fatigue? My thyroid levels are good, but the fatigue is so bad. Any advice is appreciated.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So let's start by talking about the thyroid. So the thyroid is a gland that sits right here in our neck and basically controls our body's metabolism and the way that we process energy. And sometimes it can make too much thyroid hormone. We call that hyperthyroidism. Sometimes it might not make enough thyroid hormone. We call that hypothyroidism. Now, both of those conditions can actually result in pretty bad fatigue. So a good first step is get your condition treated, because the fatigue should get better. But also keep in mind that there are many other things that can cause fatigue, especially other medical conditions. So you want to work with your doctor and be evaluated as needed for things like diabetes, depression, anemia, and even things like sleep apnea. But there are steps that folks can take today to work on their fatigue and hopefully improve as well. Just following a healthy diet, trying to get those 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, getting 20 to 30 minutes of exercise every day, and prioritizing at least 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep every night.
Okay. And we hope that person certainly feels better, because fatigue is not fun. Now, the next person asks, what is the most effective therapy for sciatic nerve?
Sure. So it sounds like we might be dealing with what they call sciatica. So sciatica is when we've got some irritation or some pressure on the sciatic nerve, which is the nerve that runs from the low back down our leg. And it can result in feeling symptoms of pain, numbness or tingling in the leg, even things like weakness. Now, it's usually caused by some issues with the bones in our back or the discs between the bones in our back or even the muscles in our lower back. But we want to just make sure that you connect with your doctor to make sure it's not something more serious. In rare cases, it can be something like a tumor or a really bad infection. But let's say for the sake of this conversation, it's one of the mild cases of sciatica that's not due to something more severe. Your doctor might recommend something like Tylenol or ibuprofen as a good start, and then counsel on avoiding activities that might make the pain worse. So if it's caused like walking upstairs or jogging, running, you want to avoid any of those activities that are making things worse. Now, after a few weeks, we're still not getting better. They might recommend something like physical therapy. And after 3 to 6 weeks of therapy, if we're still not getting better, we want to circle back and look for other causes and other answers.
Okay, let's talk about Ozempic. Feels like it is everywhere in conversation. This viewer writes to us saying, I have type 2 diabetes and I want to know the difference between Ozempic and Trulicity.
Sure. So Ozempic is also known as semaglutide, and Trulicity is also known as dulaglutide, and they're both effective once-weekly injections for the treatment of type 2 diabetes. They're fairly similar, but with some important differences. So Ozempic, for example, or semaglutide, it actually works on areas of the brain that control our appetite. So we tend to see this be a little more effective in helping us with weight loss. So the Ozempic or the semaglutide also comes in another form for patients who don't have diabetes in treatment of obesity and helps with weight loss there as well. So those are some of the main differences between the two medications.
Okay, now what are the new recommendations for breast cancer screenings? I have to say, as a woman, this is very frustrating because there are new recommendations all the time. Whether the mammograms should start at 40, whether they should start at 50, at what age you should start if you have a family history. So, yeah.
Yes, no, a really important question. And so the United States Preventive Services Task Force just released their recommendations. And the recommendations state that women starting at age 40 should get a mammogram to screen for breast cancer and continue every other year through age 74. So you might note that that's different than the recommendations that they had released previously that said that the screening should start at age 50. Bottom line is that mammograms save lives, and if you're 40 years old and you've not got your mammogram yet, just definitely connect with your doctor to get that ordered.
I think the fear with that is also whether the health insurance is going to cover it.
That's an important question. So I can speak to the different cases out there, but this is a vital service for folks to have. And now that the USPSTF is behind this, we hope to see more folks take advantage of this really necessary service.
What about a family history? Is 40 still the age if you do have a family history?
So great question. The recommendations, these recommendations don't go into folks that are at high risk. So these are, it's really important to point that out. So thank you for raising that. These are for folks who are at average risk. If you do have other risk factors, connect with your doctor to potentially start your screening at a younger age.
Yeah, family history does play such a role in that disease. Okay. All right, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, so mental health, obviously much more of a topic of conversation, which is a good thing, but what are some few things we should keep in mind?
Sure. So this month is our opportunity to put mental health front and center. And so we know that far too many of our neighbors and Americans across the country go without treatment for their condition. So we've all got to work together to ensure that folks get the treatment when they need it. So one thing that we can do is try to decrease the stigma by normalizing having a conversation about mental health. But I know that can be challenging, talking to friends and family members about mental health. But there are resources out there that can help support those conversations across the dinner table, at homes across the community. So if folks visit the SAMHSA.gov website, that's SAMHSA.gov, there are resources available to help facilitate those conversations. And if you are interested in starting your mental health treatment journey, definitely talk to your primary care doctor. Also visit the SAMHSA.gov website for more information on how how to take those next steps. And then importantly, if you or a loved one are in a crisis, you've got 988 available. So call or text 988, and you'll be connected to a professional crisis counselor.
And if you're in Bexar County and you don't have any insurance, also Metro Health has a number of resources for people where they can access mental health services for free. So keep that in mind as well.
That website you said, samhsa.gov.
Correct.
SAMHSA. Dr. Lopez, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
For having
Appreciate
me.
it.
Thank you. We'll see you
right
next
back.
week. So now let's talk household chores. Mowing the lawn, yeah, it's tough, especially in the heat, but that's where a good mower can be of some help.
If you were thinking about going electric, some good news. Battery-powered mowers are getting better and better. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz shows us which ones cut it in lawnmower tests.
Hear that? It's the quieter sound of battery-powered lawnmowers.
For years, we've been seeing the performance of battery mowers improve, and this year was no exception.
Consumer Reports just tested mowers, walking, pushing, riding on acres of grass. They checked handling, cutting, mulching, and all-important battery power.
You want a battery mower with a runtime of at least about 30 minutes because that's enough to cut a quarter-acre yard on a single charge. You can also buy additional tools like a string trimmer or hedge trimmer or even a leaf blower from the same brand and use the batteries interchangeably in most cases.
CR recommends this Ryobi. They say it cuts about as well as the top gasoline model. This one is $500. Prices on mowers are up across the board. If you're willing to do the pushing, this skill is a budget-friendly choice. It's $250, and it's excellent at mulching, even cutting, handling, and has a good runtime. If you have a lot of ground to cover, think Ride On. This Cub Cadet didn't run as long as top performers, but CR recommends it because it's excellent at mulching, handling, and even cutting, and it costs thousands of dollars less than other Ride-Ons. For large lawns, they say you might want to consider a zero-turn radius mower. There's a learning curve to driving it. They are faster and can maneuver around trees. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Yeah, definitely want a rider when it's this hot outside. Just
Adam
saying.
Caskey's excited about the battery-powered ones.
Yeah.
And thermometers.
Of course.
Because
excited about all that. I love my battery-powered tools that I have. Right? And the mower's a lot quieter. That's the one main thing you notice. It's like a box fan on a high. That's about it. I've even talked on the phone to my dad while mowing before with it.
The perks.
Right? The perks. All right. And you can store it under a table. You can fold them up. It's so nice. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I told you he was excited about it.
Yes, you get me on these tangents. I do have a very special thermometer Thursday, a one-of-a-kind. And we have this haze in the sky. We'll talk about what's causing that, how long it's going to stick around, and the new drought monitor in just a bit.
All right, hard not to notice what's out there. That haze has been in the air for a couple of days now, Adam.
Yeah, and like I talk about every year, one of the ways I gauge it is when I'm on the big high flyover ramps like 410, I-10, or even 281, 1604. You look out, you have your landmarks off in the distance, and today I couldn't see my typical landmarks farther in the distance because of the smoke in the air. Take a look at our time lapse. This is overlooking I-10, 410, and normally we can see the downtown skyline and all the buildings on the left-hand side of the screen. You can't even make them out in this because of the smoke that's in the air. And here's a look at the smoke in the air. It's even thicker into Houston and Louisiana and over the Gulf of Mexico. This, of course, caused by the annual agricultural burning in southern Mexico and even parts of Central America, and the low-level wind flow carrying that northward over the Gulf of Mexico and here into Texas. Now, the weak cold front that moves in tonight will shift the wind, and that'll push most of that smoke just to the south of our area for the day tomorrow and even most of Saturday. But once the wind starts to shift again late Saturday, some of that smoke will start to creep back in, and I think we'll definitely have it in the sky again on Sunday. It's just going to be fairly cloudy and gray, so you won't really notice it. Here's the drought monitor. Really no big changes to it. We're surprised because of some of the rain that we picked up over the past week, but no real changes. We still have the extreme drought in parts of the hill country and the areas that have been dealing with it for a while. Fredericksburg, Blanco, Sisterdale, Comfort, Bandera, even now stretching just to near Hondo and just barely clipping northwest Bexar County. Across the state as a whole, 26% of Texas considered in drought. And you look at North Texas, East Texas, still just fine. Even parts of our area, just east of San Antonio along the coastal plain, just fine. Here's the cold front that's headed our way. Notice the severe thunderstorm and tornado watch boxes along that boundary. A lot of instability out there, and the cold front's providing the lift to help generate the thunderstorms. Nearest one to us, just moving through Llano, and that's pushing to the southeast. Most, if not all, the storms will stay just north of us this evening, with some of the remnants potentially hitting some of our eastern counties later this evening and tonight. If something does pop up locally and within the KSAT 12 viewing area, it would quickly become strong to severe. So something we'll be closely watching and keeping you updated. Otherwise, low clouds to start the day tomorrow, some breaks by the afternoon again, and then a few spotty showers and storms popping up closer to the Rio Grande tomorrow afternoon, with the off chance one or two could make it towards San Antonio at 20% again. So 20 to 30% chance through Saturday. By Sunday, we're up to 40%. It's our best odds that we can muster up here going forward for any showers and storms. 72 in the morning, 85 tomorrow afternoon. So mid-90s today, mid-80s tomorrow, then near 80 for afternoon highs by this upcoming weekend. I mean, look at Sunday, 79 for the high temperature. Feeling the change. And the humidity will be cut down quite a bit starting tomorrow, lasting through the first part of the weekend. Oh yeah. Let's go back to April 8th quickly. Total solar eclipse. Keep watching.
That is so cool.
Everybody goes crazy. So, during the total solar eclipse up in Fredericksburg, you can see the actual totality and eclipse happening through the breaks in the clouds on the upper part of your screen.
So cool.
This is the only thermometer ever made in a total solar eclipse. Do I have any other stats on that? No, but I can assure you nobody else makes thermometers, and nonetheless during a total solar eclipse outside under the eclipse. So this is a special one-of-a-kind thermometer, and I haven't finished it yet, but I did blow the glass. This is not that thermometer. I just blew the glass for it and started to make that thermometer, and the only thermometer ever born in a total solar eclipse.
You act like you've been asked whether you have stats on that.
I have actually before, and I'm like, I can assure you that nobody else has ever done it. I promise you.
It's special.
It is special, very special, and one of a kind. It's making history over here. Slaying it. All right, Amy Keberly of San Antonio, the winner of this beautiful homemade thermometer. Not made during totality, but still one of a kind and very special.
Yes, very pretty.
It's bussin'.
Oh my God.
Is that what the kids say these days?
To check off all these words.
He has a list.
Bussin'. It's like a bingo card back there.
I'm trying.
All right.
The buzz is
He's
up.
flexing. All right, we'll be right back. So now you know. One popular cat breed has a much shorter lifespan than others. We're talking about the hairless Sphynx. It has a life expectancy of just 6.8 years, and that's according to new research published in the journal Feline Medicine and Surgery.
People either love these cats or not so much. Researchers studied nearly 8,000 cats in the UK. They found that the shorter lifespan of the hairless Sphynx is likely due to several predisposed diseases. Purebred cats were more likely to have shorter lives. All right, remember those Jeeps and Barbie battery-powered vehicles that some people had as kids? Well, two women decided to relive their childhood and hit the road for a 500-mile trip in the toy cars. The idea here was to set a Guinness record and raise money for charity.
But while they were rolling along, Guinness actually informed them that they couldn't collect any more money until they paid Guinness $16,000. So they decided they would actually rather give that money to a nonprofit that cares for animals. So as you just said, they traveled 596 miles. They said they would do it again, but take a different route. And there's not a lot of leg room in those things. I would imagine their backs were probably busted after 600 miles.
It's so funny, though. We'll be right back. And that does it for us. Thanks so much for watching the news at 6.
And for keeping us company. We'll see you right back here on the Night Beat. Have a nice dinner.